Just for examples, we have given that the cotangent of alpha, that's an alpha, is 1/9. Find tangent of alpha, cosecant of alpha, cotangent of 90 minus alpha, and sine of alpha. So those are the 4 things we're going to find given that the cotangent of alpha is 1/9. So what do you guys want to do?
Tangent.
Okay, why do you want to do tangent right away?
Because.
What are they to? What's the relationship?
Oh, cotangent. It's the cofunction.
They are cofunctions, reciprocals. Okay, they're reciprocals of each other. So the tangent of alpha is 9. And that is because they're reciprocals of each other.
I didn't even see that it was. So I just saw alpha.
Yep. Then what? Okay, how are we going to find the cosecant?
Well, we gotta do 1 squared plus 9 squared.
Okay, so we got to make ourselves a right triangle, correct? So here's our right triangle, here's alpha, and if I know tangent is 9, so that means it's 9 over, or 9 is opposite, 1 is adjacent. Okay, so how do I find the hypotenuse?
A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Okay, so 81 plus 1 is
82.
82. So the square root of 82 probably, can I reduce that? Simplify it? So if I took a 2, it'd be 41. Nope, I can't, can I? Okay, because there's no perfect square in 41, is there? Okay, so I have the square root of 82. If I could simplify it, I need to simplify it. So if you came out with the square root of 8, what do you simplify that to?
4.
So 4 and 2, so it'd be 2 square root of 2? Okay, so if you can, you need to. Okay?
I did it on yesterday's.
Okay, so if you did it on yesterday's, you need to go back and do it. So cosecant then is what over what?
So it would be 82 over 1.
Okay, you guys agree?
No, 82
Okay,
over 9.
cosecant is what? What's it related to? Sine. Okay, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, yes?
Yeah.
Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. It's much easier just to remember sine, cosine, and tangent, isn't it? And then reciprocate them. So it would be, sine would be 9 over 82, square root of 82. So the cosecant is going to be the square root of 82 over 9. Okay. So let's do sine, because that should be pretty easy now, right? What's sine going to be?
9 square root of 82 over 82.
Am everybody okay, me just making that big leap to that? How did I get there? Because it was square root of 82 in the denominator, right?
Yes.
And you rationalized? You guys doing that in your head, like, really quick now, aren't you? Okay. No?
I don't know the work here.
Okay. So cofunctions, now this 90 minus alpha, that's the cofunction stuff we had the other day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. So we know that complements have the same cofunctions, yes? Mm-hmm. So what is, like, complements have the same cofunction values. So 90 minus alpha, would the complement to that would be just alpha, right?
Yeah.
So cotangent and what are cofunctions? Tangent. So do we already have the tangent of alpha?
Mm-hmm.
So what is the tangent or the cotangent of its complement then?
1.
No, it's the same.
Oh, 9.
Because tangent and cotangent are cofunctions, yes? And alpha and 90 minus alpha are complements of each other. Their values are going to be the same. So if I have the sine of alpha is 9 square root of 82 over 82, what is the cosine of 90 minus alpha?
9 square root of 82 over 82.
9 square root of 82 over 82.
Does it just not change because it's 90 degrees?
It's the complement. The alpha and 90 minus alpha are the complement. We don't know what it actually is. So, like, remember we did like 47, and then this would be 43. It's just whatever alpha is, and then the 90 minus alpha. It's just some arbitrary amount. It's okay? No, it's not.
No, okay.
Okay.
So is it always like that?
Yes.
If it's 90 or just no?
Not 90, because 90 would be complement.
So if it's 90 minus whatever, it's always going to be the same because it's a complement?
They're the complement and they're the cofunctions. So we have the cosecant. So then that is going to be equal to the secant, because those are cofunctions. Complement would be 90 minus alpha, would be square root of 82 over 9. So cosine and sine are cofunctions, yes?
Yeah.
Cosecant and secant, cotangent and tangent. They're all cofunctions. And as long as the angles are complements, then their values are going to be the same. So one more. So the tangent of 90 minus alpha, well, tangent and cotangent, yes?
Yeah.
Angle and complement. So the answer is going to be 1/9.
Because it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
But like kind of. But yeah. Okay.
Okay. So now here is your calculator. When you guys hit, and I'm going to get out of my PowerPoint, write those angles down real quick, please. Write all 4 of those down. Tangent of 23.5. Because I can't have both up there. Can't have my calculator and that up there.
Maybe you should figure out a way to do so.
Oh, I know. Maybe. Actually, maybe I could split the screen. Let me see. It's going to be small.
I don't think you need that up there.
I think just write it down and we'll have it.
You guys got all written down? I just think it's just going to be too small.
Definitely is.
Okay. Everyone got it done? No? Okay. You're just going to be put these in the calculator, so you're just going to have some room for like comments on how to put it in your calculator. We're not going to do a lot with work on this. We could go over how to do it by hand. The conversion again. We will have to because you'll need it next week, but we can do it next week. Okay, are we good? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so,
Calculator app.
huh?
What happens to the calculator app?
Unless I buy it, it's only for so long. And I'm not going to buy it when I can just do this because I can't either way. I can't have both of them up at one time, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so if you guys hit mode on your calculator, you will see that your calculator is in radians. This is radians, and this is degrees. So the first angle you had was the tangent of 23.5. What?
Mine says it's already in degrees.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, mine is not. So if I'm putting a degree in there, I probably don't want it in radians, do I? No. Now, anybody in physics in here? Okay, and you're using your calculator in physics, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, when you are in here and in physics, you need to make sure you're in the right mode. Because in physics, you will always be in degrees, but in here, you will be sometimes in radians and sometimes degrees. So before you...
I think in physics we use both radians and degrees. Like we use because he doesn't. We're still like learning basic stuff yet, so
Okay.
Kind of switched over to degrees and stuff.
Okay.
We haven't a lot. Like we've done tangent and stuff. But
Right, but you don't ever use radians. You don't use pi over 4, pi over 3, pi over... No, you never use radians in physics. No. Physics is all degree-based. So, and I'm going to tell you from experience, I've had people take an entire physics test and be in radians. So all their work is right and none of their answers are right. So before you do physics, make sure it's in degrees. Okay? That's all I'm telling you. And here, if I'm putting in degrees, I need to be in degrees. If I'm putting in radians, I need to be in what? Radians. So I'm in radians. I will also tell you your calculator, when we use our calculator to graph, can only graph trig in radians. So it will automatically switch itself when we hit graph trig. Okay? So that don't just think because you didn't switch it, it's not switched. It will automatically switch it when we do other things. Okay? So I want it switched, so I'm going to go and I highlight degrees and I hit enter. Anybody else's on radians?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are on radians, you would not get the same answers as everybody else would get. And I may show you real quick when we do it. Okay, so then you can just quit and get out of there. We're going to put tangent at 23.5 degrees in. We put it in degrees, so all I have to do is hit tangent 23.5, and it knows it's already in degrees, and hit enter. Oh. It really doesn't matter. As long as we all did the same thing. Okay, do you get that answer?
No, where's the 10? Oh, wait.
Wait, did we not make up on the degree sign?
No, you put it in degree mode, it's a degree. Okay? Now, if I wanted tangent of 23.5 radians and I didn't want to go change it to radians, that is when I would go do angle and do this little R right here for radians. And it would tell me my answer. Okay? But I'm going to tell you it's easier just to switch the mode than to go get the R every time. Make sense? Like if I'm doing it one time, I may, but I even forget the radian thing is even on there. But that's what the little R is. You guys noticed it before. You're like, oh, there's the R. Okay. So, we got that? Okay. So, 4. So round to the nearest fourth, so it'd be what, 43.4348? I will tell you next week when we work the application problems, I do not accept rounded answers in the middle. So you will carry around sign of 53.6 until the end, and you'll put it in your calculator all at one time. The reason I don't believe in rounding errors, you have this nice, wonderful calculator that will do it all for you, correct? And if I have a problem that I have to round once, and then I have to round again, and then again, and again, and again, and again, and I'm like 6 times, and then I round my final answer, that's 7 times the rounding error that I would have gotten if I would have just put it in my calculator the end. And it doesn't mean a whole lot in my classroom, but I hope the engineer that designed this building or my car didn't round 7 times before they figured out the calculations.
I wish they did.
Oh, you know everybody has. Everybody
No,
does.
they use the computer to do that.
Nope.
Okay, so
SketchUp.
now I want you to do cotangent of 66.5. Now, look at your calculator. Do you see cotangent?
No,
It's
but
a
it's
tangent
not fun.
with
Yeah.
one above, negative one above.
No, that's inverse. Remember, inverse switch range and domain. Inverse does not reciprocate, does it? Okay? There isn't a cotangent, but I just said the word. Cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, yes?
Oh, so you can-
So you put 1 divided by, parenthesis, the tangent, because cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, right? 66.5. And end your 2 parentheses. When you have the reciprocal functions, you need to use the negative power is inverse, has nothing to do with reciprocal.
Why is it the same answer?
Yeah.
Why is it the same answer?
Because they're reciprocals.
Tangent and cotangent are cofunctions, yes?
Yeah.
And 23.5 and 66.5 are what?
Multiples.
Oh, they're.
They're complementary. So should they be the same answers?
When I
Yep.
look at two parentheses, it says error at the end.
When you put exactly like that.
Yeah. I didn't put two parentheses and it still gave me the same answer.
Okay, well, until you have like +6, then it's going to be a problem. You put exactly like this and it told you error.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Now, right now it's okay because order of operations kicks in and it's going to take the tangent of 66.5 and then 1 divided by that. But if I don't put, I'll show you. If I have a +4 here and I don't put the parentheses, so that's the answer. If I don't put parentheses, oops, how about I do the right problem? Is there a difference between my two answers?
Yep.
Yes. Because this one took the tangent of 66.5, added 4, and then took 1 divided by that answer, which it's supposed to do, correct? But this one, it follows order of operations, so that means it's going to go functions, division, addition. There's no parentheses to tell it to do the function, then addition, is there? So it's going to do the function, the division, and then add 4. And that's not the right answer. So if you get in the habit of every time you put in a denominator or a numerator more than one term, putting things in parentheses, when you have to have them, you'll already be putting them. That's why I tell you to do it.
We're just parentheses around it.
Yeah, well, be careful with that one. Okay, next one was secant of 42 degrees, 12 minutes. Well, secant is the reciprocal of what?
Cosine.
Cosine. So I'm going to have to do 1 divided by cosine, right? 1 divided by cosine. And it was 52. Do you guys remember how to get degrees minutes?
It's 42.
Oh, 42, whatever. Go back. 42? Do you guys remember how to get degrees minutes?
Second.
Second.
Well, no.
No,
Yeah.
second app, so they get the angle. And then where's my degree?
1.
And then how many minutes?
So.
12? So 12. And then how do I get my minutes?
Divide by 60.
Or you can divide by 60 or you can go get your minute.
Oh.
You could do either one.
Parentheses.
Okay. Elena said divide by 60. Do you see what I did the second time? I did 42 plus 12 divided by 60. And I did that a lot faster than you went and got degrees and then got minutes, right? Did I get the same answer?
Yeah.
Yes. Did I practice my conversion?
Oh.
Yep, I did. So either way works. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for secant and wait a second. Okay, well for this one you didn't have to have a parentheses before cosine.
Oh, I didn't have to either way. I just didn't do
Well,
it.
that's why
Like,
my calculator said error because I didn't have a parentheses before the tangent last time.
Did you have a,
did you? But you had 2 at the end. If you had 2 at the end and 1 at the beginning, it doesn't match up. It has to match up. Like you have to have 2 and 2. Okay. Yeah, you have to have, if you have 2 at the end, you have to have 2 at the beginning. You have to match up. Okay, did everyone see where Elena said you could do the divide by 60? Okay, if you do the divide by 60, you put a what between them? A plus. Okay, so can I do these either way? Yes. Okay, so the last one we're going to do is cosecant of 48 degrees, 7 minutes. So I want you to do that one all on your own.
Already did.
how many minutes?
7.
I did not
why I gave it to him.
Why?
Because you don't write anything down.
Why would I do that when it could be up on the board?
It can't be up on the board.
You just had a Christmas party on the 7th.
Oh, January, yeah. I know it was after Christmas. It was weird.
Yeah.
It's okay. People, I think the thing is people are so busy before Christmas. Okay, so how do I do this? Somebody want to tell me?
I got it.
Okay, tell me.
Cosine.
No.
What do I type in?
I think I might have did it wrong.
If your first thing is cosine, you definitely did it wrong. Elena,
What did you say?
go for it.
1 divided by, are you sin? Is that right?
Sine.
Sine. Okay, it looks like sin.
It is sine.
It is.
Parentheses 48 plus 7 divided by 60 parentheses.
Okay, now do you see where I'm saying if I did 2 at the end, I have to have 2 at the beginning?
Yeah.
Did you guys get 1.34317?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now, who did the degree in the minute? Okay. Who did the just plus 7 divided by 60? Okay. I would do the plus 7 divided by 60. It's much quicker. Okay. And it reminds me to how to do it. Either way works. I don't care. I'm really not going to give you a calculator that often on your tests. But you do need to know how to do it when you have it available to you. Okay. Other thing is I was going to tell you, why are these really, really similar, but not exactly the same?
Because they're close numbers.
Aren't they? For
Well, I've got 42 and 48, which are complements of each other, yes? But I have the 12 minutes and the 7 minutes. So they're really, really close to being complements. So their answers aren't going to be identical, but are they really close? Yes. Okay, I think, let me check one more. I think that was all I had for examples today. So let me make sure.
I really like this one.
See, Miss Meek, if I would have saw that, I wouldn't have put cosine in front.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's it for today. So you guys have the rest of the time to work.